Kansas City is as landlocked as they come, but that doesn't mean an underwater experience is completely out of reach. And apparently, Courtney, you were able to do this and did a little saving.
Yeah, I did. I did some diving. Okay, here's the scoop. I headed over to the dive shop in Merriam for a scuba diving lesson. Yes, you can scuba dive right here in Kansas City. Now, it took an act of God to get me into the wetsuit. We had like a can of Pam. I wasn't sure I was going to get into it, but we did. We're going to do you all a service and not show you that. So we're starting in the pool. I'm going to do a little scuba diving today. I don't see any sharks or anything, so I think we're set. Okay, Marcy, you're going to teach me how to do this.
Correct.
What's the first step?
Well, we've already done step one, is getting your gear fitted. So we've got the mask, the BC, and everything's put together. So step two, we get in our gear. So put one hand on the handle, one hand on the valve, just lift up and slide it in.
It's heavy.
It's about 40 pounds. And so what I want you to do next is put on your fins. The easiest way is a figure four. Just cross your leg over. I'll help hold you
like
up.
This?
Just like that. Hold that inflator above your head and push the big button. And that's going to take the air out. Okay? So that's a slow release of the air. Tug that. That's a quick tug. So that'll quickly release the air from your jacket.
Okay.
Which should show you 0 because we're not underwater. The lower one is your air. So that's obviously critical for scuba because you need to have air to breathe.
Yes.
And that should show you about 3,000 pounds of pressure.
Yep. Right at 3,000.
So before we go down, we're going to do a couple of signals.
Okay.
All right? Because obviously if you try to talk to me, I'll hear you. I won't be able to understand what you're saying though. So we use a form of scuba sign language. So the first signal is okay. And if I point at you and say okay, that's a question. Are you okay? If you're okay, give me an okay back.
Okay.
Don't give me thumbs up if you're okay. That's a direction. This means up.
All right.
Hold your head. Here. Just for fun. Just tuck and roll.
Like you're a natural there.
It was fun. It was a grand adventure on camera. We had a lot of fun. But what we have to share are some behind the scenes clips because I had to have a photographer to shoot this. So I would like to call in my poor drowning photographer, Phil, because this was quite the feat to shoot this.
It was. It really was.
Yeah, it was tricky. Let's go ahead and roll the first video. Please focus on the right-hand corner. Okay, there's Phil. Hello, Phil.
And all that glorious awkwardness of shooting behind the scenes.
So there's Phil shooting in the water scene. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, but we wanted to get the money shot. We wanted to get the shots of me swimming up to Phil. So that was, we were thinking about 10 feet deep. We're not entirely sure. Unbeknownst to me, Phil nearly drowned, not due to the dive shop's negligence. They were fabulous. They were so fun. This was operator error, Phil. Let's roll the next video. Phil, what happened?
Well, there was a 6-foot step. There's a 3-foot area and then a 6-foot step down to the 10-foot area. I got in over my head, literally, and I had a weight belt on, and then I sunk down to the 6-foot area, not realizing that there's a 3-foot step up to the next area, and I struggled to get back up to that first area again.
So did you help him out with this?
I had no idea. He's telling me this yesterday as we're editing it. And another thing we have to point out, Phil, I wear contacts, you wear contacts, Phil wears glasses. So they gave him a mask. It's called a mask, not goggles, I've learned. They gave him a mask. Well, Phil is so blind, you guys, he can't see. So he's trying to swim around and follow me, but he can't see me because he can't see. So we nearly drowned Phil. The dive shop was fabulous.
But I would like to point out, how good was that footage?
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Like,
you got the money.
But it turned out great.
Now we have the behind-the-scenes story.
Yes.
So
like Phil's in mortal danger, and Courtney's like,
I'm just swimming. you know, I'm dancing, doing my whole thing. So, Phil, thank you.
Glad you're okay, dude.
Anytime.
Great story.
Next time, let's try to keep it on solid ground.
Yeah, absolutely.